Hola, estudiantes. Today we're going to talk about el pretérito. This is a past tense, okay? Now, there are a couple of these. This is the first one that we're going to learn. We have past tense just like we have in English. So if I wanted to say, I go to the store, to make this past tense, all I would need to do is change my verb to went. So in Spanish, I would say yo voy a la tienda, which is my present tense. And to make that past tense, all I would need to do is change my verb voy. So this is what we're going to be learning today. How do we make the past tense? How do we form it? You're already familiar with verb endings, so we have AR verbs and we also have ER and IR verbs. So the verb conjugation endings for preterite tense, this past tense, are aste, o, amos, astes, and arron. So you use these just like you would any other verb conjugation. We take our verb stem by dropping our ending, in this case bailar, to dance, and then we add our ending. So for the yo form, bailé, tú bailaste, él bailó, etc. ER and IR verbs are easy. They are exactly the same as each other. So we have I with an accent, iste, io, imos, istes, and ieron. And remember, these are already on your notes. And once again, we're going to take our verb, like comer, drop the ending to get our stem, and then we're going to add our endings. Yo comí. So instead of I eat, it would be I ate. Tú comiste. Él comió. I bet this seems pretty easy so far. Hay un problema. We have lots of irregulars, tons and tons of them. This is what makes the pretérito a little more challenging. So you have a lot to memorize, a lot to remember with these, and we'll talk about in class which ones might be the best ones for you to focus on. The first type you could focus on are car, gar, and zar verbs. These are sometimes called pirate verbs, car, gar, zar. So any verb that ends in car, like buscar or tocar, only in the yo form, so only in the yo form for all of these ones, you have to change the ending a little bit. So in the yo form, you would think that you just drop the AR and then you add the E at the end. But a verb like buscar, you would actually drop the car at the end. So you would be left with this. So for the car verbs, you actually add the ending K with an accent. Verbs that end in gar, like jugar, you actually add que. And then for verbs that end in zar, like almorzar, you drop the zar, and then you are actually going to add se. So here you have your pirate verb endings, your car, gar, zar endings. Remember, these are just for the yo form. The rest of the verb conjugations are normal. You're going to drop the the AR ending and then add your normal endings for the rest of them. So these are just a handful of your irregulars. We also have our super irregulars like the verb ir, dar, although dar and ver are pretty similar. We have dormir, So there are some verbs that are stem changers in the present tense, and a lot of these verbs are also stem changers in the preterite tense, but they don't have the same stem change, and that's what makes them a little bit more complicated. We have oír and leer, so to hear and to read. These are also slightly strange ones too, in other tenses as well. We have estar, tener, andar, hacer, venir, poner, poder, querer. The list goes on and on and on. So take a look at those notes. Try to focus on the ones that you think you're going to use the most, and we'll talk more about these in class. Adios.